Here is the review of Mastermind Creations Dicamus, which is their take on IDW Roadbuster. As you can see, he is like, I guess you can call a armored car, which is what I think, well, which is what I like to call it. And it looks really nice. And he does roll great, but these three wheels here, this one, and this one, these do roll great, but this one here on mine is having problems trying to roll. It sometimes works better when it's rolling this way, but when it's rolling forward, it tends to get stuck on mine, but the others have no problems. And he does have some blue on the front here to break up a lot of this brown and orange. And he does have a little bit of green here on the sides here. The rims of the tires. And also these here. And he also has some silver paint on both sides here, as well as some gray on the insides of these here. Oh, and the tires here are a, well, they are rubber, but they're like a much harder rubber. And he does come with some accessories that you can store in the vehicle commode, and that is he comes with this rifle here that has a little bit of orange on both sides and some silver here to break up a lot of this green. And he also comes with these two guns, which have no paint on them. And to store the gun in vehicle commode, on the sides here of these green things, he has these holes and this peg here, that this hole goes into that peg and the handle here of the gun goes into that hole on both sides. Oh, well, no. These holes don't go into this handle. My bad. This handle actually goes into those holes from this brown thing here, if you can see right there. Well, it does go into those holes. You just have to push it all the way down so that these holes here on both sides goes into these pegs here. And as for these two guns here, what you can do with these is that you can either plug them onto these holes here, so you can have that, or you can plug them on these holes on both sides, so you can have that. Or what you can also do is you can plug these on the holes on the front to give them like a bumper. And he does come with one more accessory, but that's for robot mode. So to transform him, first what you want to do is you want to come to the back here, untap this piece and bring it up, and you could see these holes is where those pegs go into. Then you want to take these here, untap them, until you can bring them up. And you also want to take this here and untap it, which will make you bring this up just a little bit. So that way you can take the sides here, untap them, and bring them down to about here. Then you want to bring out what will become his legs, so that way you can take his knees here, which they will become, and strain them down, and then rotate them at the thigh swivel here. Now you want to take his knees here and rotate them up. Then you want to take these here and rotate them so that they're like this. Then for these here, you just want to untap them and you want to bring them up to about here, so that way you can have some room to bring down his heel here. And then you can bring this all the way up and it will tap into place. Now you just want to take the heel here, rotate it around, and straighten it down so it's like this. And for the feet, you want to take his toes here, bring them down, and rotate them so that they're like this. Then you do the same on the other side. Trying to strain my camera. Oh, okay. So now you want to take the roof here and separate it and bring them out so that they're like this. And for the front here, what you want to do is you want to untap them from here, and you also want to bring them up, and once you bring them up they will untap from here. You can see right there. And then you want to bring these up, and you could see these pegs here is where those holes go into. And then you want to take the sides of the front tires here. Well, first you want to bring up what will become his arms, so that way you can have some room. So you want to take the front tires here and bring them up, and also on the bottom, these grooves here is where the sides of what will become his chest in robot mode goes into. Then you want to take his chest here, untap it, and then you want to bring it all the way down, which will bring up his head a little bit. Then you just want to straighten up his head, which will allow you to tap in his chest, bring his arms down, And then this, well, but before you do that, you want to take the grill piece here and bring it down. Now you can take the front here, and this whole thing is going to collapse all the way in to make a backpack, and it will tab in. And as for this piece, you want to bring it up on here. Then you want to take this and bring it all the way down. And these pegs is where these holes go into. And finally, you want to take these like wrecking ball things, and you want to take these and bring them up, which will reveal his fingers. But the easiest way that I do it is I rotate his hands around and bring them up. So that way it's much easier for me. And you're done. Now I just need to straighten him out. And he looks like a really cool looking IDW comic book accurate Roadbuster. I really do like it, but I do have some issues with him, but we'll get to that in the articulation. Now, one thing that I don't understand is that the orange on his chest is a lot glossy, whereas the rest of the orange on him is just a flat orange. But the chest is the only glossy orange, which is weird. I don't understand why they decide to go with a glossy orange for the chest, but oh, okay. And for a size comparison, here he is with a few of his wreckers, and that is Whirl, and Springer. And they look great together. Now for articulation, head is on a ball joint, but it is hindered by these here. And he can look up about that far and look down about that far. And his arms do move, and they are on a ball joint, but as you can see, they are a bit limited due to his shoulders. But you can move them out of the way. And they can move out. Oh, and what you've already saw. When you're trying to move his arms, the backpack untabs sometimes. And you can, like I already said, move the shoulder pads. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. But again, they are really limited. due to the design. And his hands do swivel, and his fingers, not only his hands can open, but his fingers are individually articulated. As you can see. And the thumb here is on a ball joint, as you can see. And he does have a waist swivel, and you can move this like back skirt out of the way, but it only moves up to about there. But if you really want to move it up, you just have to bring this down, and that will bring it up even more. So that way his waist can move. It is still limited due to the way his legs are designed. But if you work for what you got, you're good. Legs can ratchet forward, back, move in and out, but it gets hindered by these here. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and his feet here can pivot, and the toes can move up and down, and also the heels can swivel, and also the heel here can move on this joint because the repaint and remold of this character, which is Strika from MMC, these were her feet. But for Roadbuster here, these are his feet right here. And these were Strika's heels. And that's it. And to have him hold his rifle, which is this, if I open up his fingers. I was just making sure that I didn't break anything, but I didn't. Okay, so to have Roadbuster hold his rifle, you just want to slide it in to these grooves here, and then wrap his fingers around it, and there you go. And for these guns here, you can either plug them onto these holes here to have him arm cannons, or you can plug them into these holes here to give him shoulder cannons, or you can plug them into these holes here. Or what you can also do with these is that you can plug them onto the rifle here. And to do that, you want to take one of these and you want it facing like this, so that way you can slide in the barrel of the gun. So that's like this. And as for the other one, you just want to plug it on the bottom from that hole right there. So you can have that. Oh, and you can still bring down the wrecking balls on both of his hands if you want to. And another thing that you get is an optional head And the one that's on him here is the comic book accurate Roadbuster. But what you also get is a more toy accurate, a G1 toy accurate head sculpt. And to swap the heads, you just unscrew the back here, pull it apart, and then attach it on to him. And you also get the collector's card with the stats on the back, and also the instructions / comic book. So, final thoughts. The vehicle commode looks great, but one of the wheels on mine doesn't roll really well. Robot mode also looks great, but the articulation is a bit limited due to the way he's designed, and the glossy orange on his chest looks weird on him. So, still a great figure in both modes, but just have some issues on him. So, I think that's about it. So, there you have it. Mastermind Creations Dicamus. Their take on IDW Roadbuster. And if you like this video, give me a like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.